There is one factory on Earth that the entire modern world quietly depends on. Not a car factory, not an oil field, not a bank. A single company on a single island makes over 90% of the world's most advanced computer chips. The chip in your phone, the chip that runs an F-35 fighter jet, the chip powering the AI that might answer your next question. Almost all of them pass through one address, in one city, in Taiwan. If that one place stopped working tomorrow, the modern world would not just slow down, it would stall. Today, we're opening up that factory. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at your phone the same way again. Let's start with who actually built this thing. In 1987, a man named Morris Chang started a company in a small science park in a city called Hsinchu in northern Taiwan. The company was called TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. His idea was strange for its time. Most chip companies both designed their chips and built them. Chang split the job in half. His company would only manufacture. Anyone in the world could send TSMC a chip design, and TSMC would build it for them. Today, companies like Apple, Nvidia, AMD, and Qualcomm design the chips. TSMC is the one that actually builds most of them. And here's the number that should stop you in your tracks. As of 2025, TSMC controls close to 70% of the world's contract chip manufacturing market. But that's not even the scary part. When you narrow it down to the most advanced chips, the tiny, powerful ones that run your phone, your laptop, and the AI systems everyone's talking about, TSMC's share jumps to over 90%. To understand how insane that is, imagine if 90% of the world's flour came from one bakery. In one town, in one country, every loaf of bread on Earth would depend on that bakery never having a bad day. That's the position Taiwan is in right now, except instead of bread, it's the chips inside every smartphone, every data center, every electric car, and every missile guidance system built by modern militaries. But here's the twist nobody tells you. This entire miracle factory runs on something incredibly fragile, and Taiwan might be running out of it. We'll get to that in a minute. First, you need to understand just how impossible it is to copy what TSMC does. Ordinary beach sand is roughly a quarter silicon, but chip-grade silicon needs to be almost perfectly pure. We're talking 99.99% pure. Engineers melt purified quartz sand down, grow it into a giant cylindrical crystal, and slice it into thin discs called wafers. Each wafer then goes through hundreds of steps, layering, etching, and printing patterns, thinner than a strand of your DNA, before it becomes a working chip. This isn't manufacturing in the way we normally picture it. It's closer to precision surgery, done billions of times, on something you can't even see with your eyes. To print the tiniest, most advanced chips, TSMC needs a machine so complex that only one company on Earth can build it. That company is called ASML, based in the Netherlands. Their machine is called an EUV lithography system, extreme ultraviolet lithography. Each one costs well over $100 million, takes multiple cargo planes to ship, and takes months just to assemble inside the factory. These machines fire light at a wavelength 30 times smaller than what a normal microscope uses, to print patterns onto silicon that are only a few atoms wide. That's the real secret. It's not just the machines. It's the decades of tiny process improvements, the specific engineers, the specific water chemistry, the specific factory culture in Hsinchu and Tainan that simply doesn't exist anywhere else yet. Now let's talk about the people. Semiconductor manufacturing in Taiwan is famous and sometimes criticized for its intensity. Engineers often work long shifts, and Taiwan's tech sector has faced public debate over its demanding work culture, something labor groups and even TSMC's own younger employees have pushed back on in recent years. It's a reminder that behind every chip is a person who didn't sleep enough last night. Then there's the money. A single chip might start as a few dollars worth of raw silicon. By the time it's built, packaged, sold to Apple or Nvidia, put into a finished device, and sold to you, its value has been marked up dozens of times over. Your phone isn't expensive because of what's inside it. It's expensive because of how many hands it passed through to get inside it. Making a chip requires cleaning a silicon wafer over and over at every single stage with what's called ultra-pure water, water so clean it's actually purer than the water you drink. Now here's the terrifying part. In 2021, Taiwan faced its worst drought in over half a century. Reservoirs that usually feed both farms and factories dropped below 20% capacity. The government had to cut irrigation to farmland and ordered chip factories to cut water use by up to 15%. TSMC actually started trucking in water, literal tanker trucks, to keep production running. And it's not getting easier. TSMC's newer, more advanced factories need even more water than the old ones. Reports on its next-generation 2-nanometer facility estimate it could need well over 100,000 additional cubic meters of water a day, nearly doubling what one science park used just a few years earlier. To its credit, TSMC has pushed hard on recycling, reporting recycling rates above 80% in recent years, and reusing each drop of water multiple times before it's released. But recycling doesn't create new water, it just delays the problem. Water is only half the danger. The other half isn't about weather at all. It's about geography, and where Taiwan happens to sit on the map. Here's the fact that keeps economists, generals, and tech CEOs up at night. Taiwan sits just 110 miles off the coast of mainland China. 110 miles. That is all that separates the most critical piece of the global economy from the superpower that considers it a breakaway province. This is a real, ongoing political tension, not a prediction of what will happen, but a fact of the region that shapes how the entire world treats Taiwan's chip industry. Analysts have a name for what TSMC represents to Taiwan's security: the Silicon Shield. The theory goes like this: because the whole world, including the US, China, Japan, and Europe, depends so heavily on Taiwan's chip factories, no major power can afford to let anything happen to them. Taiwan's chips have effectively become a form of protection. But that same dependency cuts both ways. If tensions in the region ever seriously escalated, disrupting TSMC's factories, the shock wouldn't stay local. It would hit global smartphone production, car manufacturing, hospital equipment, banking systems, and the AI data centers now being built around the world, nearly all at once. That's why governments outside Taiwan are scrambling to catch up. The United States passed a law called the CHIPS Act to fund new chip factories on American soil. TSMC itself is now building new factories in Arizona. Japan and Europe are pouring billions into their own chip projects too. But here's the honest truth experts keep repeating. Even with all that money, catching up to what Taiwan built over almost 40 years could take a decade or more. You can build a factory in a few years. You cannot build 40 years of specialized engineers, water systems, and manufacturing know-how overnight. We built the entire modern world on a foundation of sand, water, and geography. We've audited the factory, the people, and the risks. But the biggest risk might be the one we're all taking by pretending this system is permanent. So the next time you unlock your phone, remember what actually got you there. A chip, thinner than a hair, printed by a machine only one company on Earth can build, cleaned with water trucked in during a drought, manufactured on an island sitting at the center of one of the most sensitive geopolitical fault lines on the planet. We built an entire modern world on top of one factory's ability to keep working every single day without interruption. The real question isn't whether that chip is powerful enough. It's whether we were ever smart to put so much of the world's future in one place at all. If this pulled back the curtain on something you never thought about before, subscribe. Because next time, we're going even deeper into the hidden systems running your life. What happens to your life if the sky stops raining on the Silicon Shield? Going even deeper into the hidden systems running your life.